Well, little girl, we're gonna have some fun.
That's what they tell me.
Well, I guess it depends
That's
on...
how I got suckered into it again.
Depends on what we call fun, I guess.
When you work for friends, it could go either way.
Yeah, it could be fun. Well, we're working with my friend Steve, and there's a backstory to that.
Till
but anyway,
somebody gets hurt, then it's hilarious.
Yeah, and we're staying there at their house while we work on their bathroom. This house here, I'll show you later the metal roof we put on it, and this used to have a skylight here. We took the skylights out. As you can see, it's basically a modular double wide. So they had those cheap skylights, so we replaced that and blended that in. We did all the ceiling in here too, actually, because there were a couple of skylights, and of course they leaked. So we fixed all that too while we did the metal roof, and now we're doing a bathroom. So this is Steve's wonderful patch job. It works for now. Well, hopefully we're going to take this out and find a shower that'll fit in here, and just make that a regular walk-in shower. Other than that, we're not really changing up too much, other than the new flooring, new toilet, new vanity, new mirrors, new light fixtures, not much. But we're going to take this closet out of here, and then we're going to put a 48-inch vanity across here. That would have a really nice big vanity, and I think that should work out pretty good. So the backstory is, so I met Steve. We actually were vying for little Miss Lisa's hand. I had a rival.
A hand?
Your hand.
Guess who won?
Yeah, guess who won? But Steve won too, because he got a lovely wife and family. He's got a wonderful...
He's got children I would have never given him. He's got a
beautiful son and daughter. And we love them all. And so...
It's a good ending.
I think the son's going to be here. So it'll be Steve and Steve. Dwayne, Lisa, and Nancy. So we're going to have some fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, this started off first thing. Very first thing. Oh, we got problems. That wasn't going anywhere. Oh, notice the PPE, okay?
Who made you put it on?
Well, you had to say something, but...
I'm scared.
That was never kind of calmed down. Hope you didn't like that mirror. Watch you don't step on glass. One thing I did forget was shoes.
Oh, boy.
Well, I always have shoes on my feet.
I told you, I said, did you bring shoes? Yes. I don't need them though.
I did. I didn't think I would. I guess I was wrong. Okay. Well, now we gotta clean up.
Tap it up here. Hit this?
Yeah. Should they go off? Okay. Well, you gotta really push it hard. This is the lovely way that they do. Oh boy. Okay. That they do their walls. I love this. There were shelves in there. They just put OSB nailed to a furnish strip.
Just enough.
Just nailed like that to screw the shelves to, and that's what was holding it behind the drywall. And that's what I gotta get in the cabinet. Take that screw out. Yeah. So to keep the cabinet in, the vanity, they just put a piece of OSB. Yeah, little on the cheap side. Sorry to say. And then back behind that cavity back there, we need to take that out. But I'm gonna step over my little girl.
I could have moved.
There's a stink pipe running up into the ceiling. So I'm gonna have to try to put some vent 90s, get it back up in here, because that shower's got to come all the way over to the wall. So that's gonna be fun, tucking everything into a 2x3 cavity, but I'm sure we can do it. We've done worse. You need a screw gun for that, little girl.
Actually, they put a trim over the screw. I have to pull a piece of trim off to find the screw head.
Okie dokie.
It says it should be in here, and you can't even find it. At least I can't find it.
We'll find it. We'll get it.
It's in the dark anyway.
Anyway, let's do a little more demo. Please. Thank you. It's so satisfying taking out junk.
Especially when somebody else is taking it out.
Well, yeah, that makes it nice, but I mean, tearing out. Crazy. Big old hole here underneath because the vanity covered it up, and I don't know what they were doing, but they come down here with the wiring and ran it underneath the vanity just to make it easier, I guess. Now that makes it not so easy for me. And they had one of those like Studer vents on there. Somebody must have had a problem with that shut off and added another shut off. Thank goodness, because that one worked and that one didn't. And that one I barely got turned off. But it was so nice because this thing was press board, particle board, and all that. And it was so easy to tear it apart. And even though the pipes came up through an individual hole, you just tap it with a hammer and it falls apart. And we pretty much end up with just that. So, sometimes it's nice taking out stuff that comes apart real easy. We would say I don't want to have to tear anything out after we've done it.
Oh no.
It's not going to be
that
easy.
Band-Aid is not coming off. And it's going to hurt the whole way.
So, you got the strength to pull that one out?
Strength. Wow. Yeah, me and with the right tool. I want a crowbar though. And a spud bar. No, I don't know. I'm not tall enough to go up there, but I just whittle away at it.
Let's see how good you're done.
This isn't fair.
Okay, so what do you see you're doing wrong right now?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
You're trying to pull the whole thing out in
out.
one shot.
Yeah.
Why don't you just hit
go,
this right here and knock this off that stud?
I could. Well, yeah. If it wants to go, but if it doesn't.
I mean, like kick it out that way. And I'll
You
hold
want
on
it to go that way?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
That's why, because it's really happy where it's at.
Okay, here.
I like the niggle idea.
Here.
There's nails.
Yeah,
That's.
I love the crunch sound.
I do too. It's you asked, but there's many ways to do it.
But that's a pretty easy way. So I break it off down there,
and twist it.
Now this one you can just
twist it
and use it.
All right.
Sometimes if it's like here, you can pry it this way and it pops it loose. Use leverage.
Yeah.
All right.
There are many ways.
You can get that porcupine out of here. Looks like I'll have a little bit of ceiling to touch up. Surprise. That's all right. We did all that from the skylight and it turned out pretty good. So, oh, it's going to be so much nicer. This though, I'm anxious to get rid of. See how they put this together. This they just glued to the wall, the little check here, and they just glue it. The tub, I have no clue yet. I'm fortunate with the center drain because the only shower stall we could find was a right or left drain. So I got the right drain, but the way they plumbed this, they must have plumbed it for a right drain or center because all the plumbing came up over here and then they ran it over here. So it should be pretty easy. And I got a basement, no crawl space. That's great. So I got a full basement. I can just go down there and change the plumbing. Have room to work. So that makes it easier. All right, let's get the rest of this off and then we'll tackle the tub and shower. You say this is good.
Yeah, I'm pulling the trim and it's helping
Pull it back.
pull it back out.
Nice. They even have some styrofoam behind there for some insulation. Probably an R value of 0.02. But it comes off pretty easy.
Even I can do it.
Look at you. Wow. Oh, a little too harsh there, dear. It's not me. You don't have to tear it up like you're mad at me.
Whoa.
Just don't hit the shower.
This is how to clean your shower when you have to really do it.
Yeah. Just take it off, take it outside, hose it off, put it back on.
That's right.
That's
every couple months.
Yeah.
Good as
And then
new.
you can clean your wallpaper behind it.
Yes, and that'll come on. That'll work.
Good job. They didn't even really glue that back there hardly. They glued the side. They
I
did good
know,
on it, but
I
they didn't
know.
hardly glue that at all.
But it stayed on real good. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, now there's the troublemaker. Oh, he's hot. Now he's hiding. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't be hiding on us now.
Hey, I gotta do my hair, all right?
Okay. That man does have a head of hair, let me tell you. He's always been known for his head of hair. And his laugh. You heard his laugh. They called him Sir Laugh a lot when we were kids. We were definitely having a lot of fun. So I busted that out just for now because I didn't want to shut the water off because there's no shut-off valves on this. It's got Quest pipe in this house. But anyway, they just have a screw joint right here for that. That worked out nice. But this is that vent stack I was talking about. And I'll have to move that back in here. This is insane. I mean, the only thing that was holding it was the drywall over here. Took that out and the whole thing moved. There's no stud there. It's the top, it's attaching it, and unbelievable. But yeah, just two pieces, or yeah, okay, one piece stapled here and another one just for extra thickness. Furring strip turns off. You see it. It's not good. But I gotta see if I can get the screws. They're all rusty. Something will probably break off. It's those square garage screws. And I should just be able to unscrew that, unscrew the drain. And this whole tub should come out. That's the plan anyway. Now that is a cheap tub. So what? Jeff's was cast iron, and we had to bust it up, and it barely could get it out. And this one, wow, not a problem. Easy peasy. I can carry it out of here myself. Wow, just trying to get it out of this cavity. Wow, makes it easy for demo. Oh yeah, you're so vain. You probably think this video's about you. You're so vain. I won't edit that either.
Hey, can we get that guy's name?
He's a star. I love how they just go along and like, oh hey, I happen to have the glue gun in my hand. I'll put some here and there, but not on every stud. Oh my, some studs are glued, some aren't, whatever. You know, that to hold the mirror that was glued to the wall? I don't know. No, that was definitely for the vanity here. Use an old work box in new construction. Make sure the thermostat on the other side can be mounted. But this is the ones that kill me. I got more over here than that, Steve.
What is that about?
I don't know. I think this is about you, right? I don't know. Looks like there was a hole on the other side because it's punched through from this side. Oh yeah, there was something was patched. Ah,
Bet
so
you didn't put
you didn't do this though, did you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not that skilled.
Yeah, I love this. There's one over here.
That's what I don't understand. How could you have done it?
What happened?
Just used the
ice
cream bar.
What about here? What is it
That's the
here?
same deal though.
Oh,
Did your dad do something in here?
Ah, I think
could
we're onto
have.
something
Could
here.
have. I think
Send it to
so.
your old. Send it to your old mom.
Yes, he might have done
Yeah.
it on a quick.
But how did he do
Who
it on
did
the other
the
side?
who
I
did
don't
the
know.
damage to the wall?
I did. I punched it.
What?
Because Jesse wouldn't shut up.
You hear that, Jesse?
Shut up. So it was right after I got
think-
sick. And she wouldn't shut up, and I was like, Jesse, shut up. I went to slap her, and she does. I just went like that, and it just went right through.
Well, it's only 3/8 drywall. It doesn't take much.
She should be
But
doing the demo.
yeah,
So my dad came over.
Hey, okay. So
It was really
your dad
I
fixed
wonder if
that.
you did, but that doesn't make
But
sense. Why would that have
They
a
had to build this wall first, and then they drywalled to here, and then put this wall up on that wall. No corner studs. I'll have to add a corner stud in there. I mean, anything to save a buck, apparently.
Well, it's
But it's what, 1999, so it's 20.
So what is it? That's
23 years
has
old.
to be there.
24.
That's the thermostat on the other
So it
side
has
for
to
the.
be.
Yeah,
24 years
yeah. But we'll try to fix it right.
I don't. I
No, you
remember this vaguely, but I don't remember now. Oh, I don't know what happened here.
See, that's why maybe your
Same
dad did
thing.
the same thing on both sides.
Yeah, it must have. And you put enough in there, it all went down in the wall. And that was those toggle bolts for the
You know what? I bet
towel rack.
Jesse put a hole in the wall over there, and your dad fixed it without us knowing about.
Could be.
Ah, the story's coming together.
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, here's where we are downstairs. We landed directly on a floor joist. And these are just like 2x6s. 2x6 floor joists? Yeah, I love that one over there, all those staples. I think somebody messed like 100 times. Hope they finally found the stud. But at any rate, we get the tub base setting, and I had all cut this all out. In fact, I ran a couple gators, and I didn't know where this was going to land, but I'm over too far with my shadow valves, but that's okay. I got to get these routed up through somewhere in there, but I got to figure out this part now, because I got to try to get this drain, not drain, but trap in, which looks like, I know, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. Yeah, it looks like if I cut that back over there and turned it, that should work out pretty good. All right, we'll do some measuring and canoodling.
Show them what you did.
For the framing?
So, yeah, I mean, you cut.
Yeah,
you just didn't cut
I didn't have
the
2x6.
stud
I didn't cut
and leave
this out and leave it. No, I framed it all in with 2x. All I had was 2x4s, but it can't be any worse than 2x6, right? But when I sawzalled that, it didn't even drop. I mean, everything is good, so it's plenty strong enough, apparently. Okay. On to the drains and water lines. This worked out a little bit hard to get up in there and do it, but got it tucked up so that it won't stick down and into the wall, down on into the basement. And this shower stall actually stops right there. I made a pencil line, and I got the hole cut out, the stud, all that, of course. So I have to actually frame this box. Next, we're going to lay a neck stud in here because we don't have anything right here. I tucked that wire that they had just running out, and I'll have to put another stud here, but I'll have to push that back in further. That's not going to quite work. Then I'll put one of those metal plates on there so I don't screw when I screw the drywall on. And got to put another stud in right here, probably one in the middle here just to give us some strength for the walls, and shim up the floor for the tub base, shower base I should say. And no, it's not blue, that's just the coating they put on there to protect it. And then downstairs I got all the rest of that vent run down there. Let's run down there and show you. Here's what I got down here. So we've got a T for the vent going on up. That's all hooked up and done. I got my trap sitting over here. That'll, when I set that base, we'll glue that guy on there and should be good to go. And I think it'll work out. Not bad for dealing with 2x6 floors and 2x3 walls. Well, as we always do, we get carried away and don't film stuff. So we ended up having to put some self-leveler down. I set this down in the self-leveler, and now that it's set, I had this 1x laying down. I screwed it down right in here, and obviously I left a little bit of room, so we've got a little bit of a place to chisel out, but it cleans up pretty easy.
Very easy if you have the right tool.
Yeah, it's been setting for a couple hours.
About 3.
It says it's totally set in 4. But this particular pan has little round spots here and there throughout it. So we really need a full mortar bed. We kind of did anyway. I don't really trust it without it, but it's pretty nice and solid. And then so we got it level, and then they say to drill holes through and screw it to your studs. So that'll be the next thing we do, but we're plotting in a few studs over here on this side. We're going to end up bringing our drywall out, and we end up having to return it. This was already here, It's just a 1x, but that'll have to work for our return. So we're gonna put in 2 more studs here so we have something for our mixer to mount to. And I'm gonna find out how good Steve is on cutting a board, because this is his maiden voyage cutting one all by himself.
So you're saying I'm a virgin?
Yeah, he's got big boy pants on today. You know, being that that runs at an angle like that, I can kick that over and that'll work. I just got that screw. I was holding this up temporarily anyhow, so I can just just drive that right in there. Get that in and nail it, and then I'll get you a measurement for the other side of this drain for one here. That'll take care of this. We'll drywall it, because this particular sidewall stuff has, we drywall it and you kind of glue it to the drywall. So we'll see how that works. I never installed this surrounding wall yet before, but I'm going to put another stud in here because I want it to be good and solid. Good and tight. That's going to be our thumbnail right there.
That's a shame.
He's almost standing up. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You got me with my beauty mask on.
All good, all good.
We're in our beauty masks.
Anybody home?
We're in the sound booth.
Sound booth
Sound booth.
decided to go ahead and insulate. After
Many years
you've
ago.
had company here now and you found out how unsoundproof this was.
You know, the trumpet,
let's put it that
the
way.
trumpet blast this morning was more than I could handle.
So anyway, moving
And
on.
I'll say it wasn't Lisa,
Oh,
it wasn't me,
man.
nor Nancy, nor Stevie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anyway, nowhere to put a stud here. We just put those curved pieces on. You know, whatever. Right? At this point, whatever. No.
Can you above the door?
I had to take that stud out. No room to put my plumbing. So got it attached there. This side just taped, but this will cut the hole so that if it's tight, we got the flange here. We'll have drywall, and then we'll have the wall. It's almost like a vinyl. It's not real thick, but anyway. And then the escutcheon will pinch it between there, and that'll help. But at least we got that secured up there, and then we got some insulation we can shove back up in there. Anything we did in the basement, but that's all good down there too, and everything all glued, and the water's on. Everything's water tested except up to here. The shut-off valves are in the basement, and that's about it. So we'll be putting drywall up next. Actually going to record this so that we can look back on it later. So when we hang the mirror will be, what is that, 69 and a half? Yeah, 69 and a half from off the floor. And then we've got all the way from the corner over, we've got bracing. So that's what it looks like. And, okay, the ring, we're going to put the ring on the walls around this stud here. So from the back corner over, it is 12 and a half inches. So that'll do that. And then it just leaves the towel bar. And the towel bar from the floor up is 45 and a quarter, and it can pretty much go anywhere from the shower over, or we can measure anywhere from that wall. The first blocker is, as we can see, 41 to 51. So that'll work. Okay, I think that's all our measurements, so we can find all our studs again when we drywall. Made one mistake. He was working and I didn't catch it on film fast enough. I wish I would have caught that. That would have been good. Anyway, we're all drywalled in except for that one little spot over there where I had to, the reason I had to dig this out, there was a light fixture, if you remember, right here, and they had the wire on top of this. See why I can't get anything done. They had the wire up on top of here and they stapled it from the top down. When they built it, how they did it, I don't know. And it went to the light right here, and I wanted to run it down the wall. So I had to cut a big enough hole to get in there to pull the staple and fish it down through the wall and into our box here. And so what I'm going to do, I cut a couple of these furring strips like they had in here. I'll screw furring strips in here. I'll show you that, how we do that, and then put the piece that I cut in there. Piece there. That one, I was fortunate enough that I was able to fit it in there. These angles have been a nightmare. When we did this sheet here, okay, this is as you see, we had to patch it in at the bottom. And that's a full sheet, because this is like 100 inches. Well, I decided to get fancy with it, and so what I ended up doing was I took a level, just show you how I got my measurements. I just took a level like that, started here with a 4-foot level, went across and measured from there down to the level, and then I cut it off to the side. That worked great for that angle, and it worked out pretty good, but trying to measure for the box, for the pipe, and for other pipes here to come out, and that was a little bit off. Well, that was the tool went a little haywire, but I was just a little bit off on that. Not too shabby considering all we had to work around on that one. And so that's a little trick to try to cut those if you have to. But when we came over to this side, we decided to just make it simpler on ourselves, which I prefer this much better. We had that piece at the bottom already cut off of a sheet, so we threw that on, and we were able to at least have a straight edge to measure from there up, and the same on that side, up, and cut our top, and that made way more sense than trying to finagle everything we did over here. So that worked out much better. That's my recommendation. Do it that way. And this piece here, because we're dealing with whatever we were set here, we have no choice. This was a fixed size. The tub, pan is a fixed size, so now we got this small little corner. And I do have some small corner bead to tape on stuff that I think will work okay there. And then we'll be able to put the surround in. So we're coming along. So now we're going to get this piece in. Where'd my helper go? Mr. Steve! You can hold the camera. Yeah. Show my beautiful PPE. Only one thing, I think we need bigger tools.
That's come it's not on.
It's on. See a little blinking red light?
Oh.
I only wanted one.
I did not know that.
Just one.
How do I know what? I don't know if it's.
It is filming because it blinks a little blinking light.
Yeah, but how do I know that I got you in the frame?
No, that's the problem with that. That's a GoPro thing. So all you do is touch the screen with your finger, and it should light right back
Oh,
up.
yeah, you're right. Look at that.
I'd say I know I'm right. I'm always right, but that's not true. Like right there, I missed that by a centimeter. We could have made those just a little bit longer. Did you pick that other piece back up that you fell on the floor?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, I already had it in hand. Never fell to the floor.
Hey, didn't lose too much insulation right there.
Look at you.
Anyway, that's the cheap quick fix. Get a couple more screws in there, and then we'll just take this piece and screw it in there. La-ti-da.
La-di-da.
La-ti-da. All right, Nancy, what's Nancy think? She happy?
Looks good.
All smiles. We love that in the customer.
Very exciting.
Yeah, now I gotta do a lot of taping
Good
now.
work.
Taping and mudding. Wish you could help me.
Yes.
Well, get dressed for it.
Yeah, I'm just- That's good enough.
We got it all mudded. With the exception of back here, because that's where the surround goes. It turned out pretty well, but I did want to show you something that I used that I haven't used much in a while. It's made more for flexible tape, but I had it, and so for a corner tape, this stuff's really nice because you can make curves and turns and stuff like that. But you gotta fold it, and you can make a 45 or you can make a 90, and you mud it in. And anyway, that's paper tape. So that's what I used over here, because there's a paper tape you can buy that has the corners that you mud in like that, but they're wider right here usually. So this stuff was really nice and narrow for this turn, and the other tape on the inside corner just makes it. You can kind of see the line there, but that's about as tight as a curve I think as you can make a turn with tape. But I'm glad I got that done. And when that sets, we can get this round in and start hooking that up. But as you see, very careful, protected the tub. So that the legs didn't hurt the, I say tub. So been doing so many bathrooms, so many tubs, my goodness. And it's not a tub, it's a shower. Anyway, all right, I'm in, I'm all in, I'm done. Calling it a night.